Hi, this is Saad from RentViewer, and in this video, we're going to answer the question, are we creating long-term value? This video is part of a series for applying data analytics to improve the performance of a manufactured housing portfolio, and we're following the framework that's described in the Manufactured Housing Performance Playbook. The data models and the dashboards that you'll see in this demo have been built using the RentViewer Asset Management Studio. So to answer the question, are we creating long-term value? We're going to be looking mainly at this visualization, as well as these. So while we're going to be looking at CapEx related metrics, I want to emphasize that making capital expenditures is not the only way to create long-term value. In fact, things that don't show up in CapEx, such as investing in team culture, the SOPs, and team training, are a significant step towards creating long-term value. And so is providing a positive resident experience and establishing your brand. Further, if you don't want CapEx surprises, the due diligence during the acquisition process will set you up properly to implement the ideas in this video. That being said, let's look at the CapEx impact dashboard. So in this visualization, we're showing you what you're spending and the impact of that CapEx on NOI, occupancy, and rents. So if you're tracking your CapEx on homes and properties separately, that'll give you a better insight on what might be having an impact, what's working and what's not working. The cards on this dashboard have a monthly number, which is shown in the vertical bar, as well as the running total that's shown in the line. So this card shows the balance of your CapEx reserves. Showing CapEx as a percent of revenue is an indicator of how much money is being put back into the asset. Obviously, looking at this alone without context is not useful. However, if the number is really low or really high, it invites further questions. So the next four cards on this dashboard show the impact. So here you see both the monthly and the cumulative NOI. Here we're showing the occupancy. So while occupancy depends on many factors, it should be improving if you're investing in the property and the homes. Rent growth, if that's part of your investment thesis, should also be visible. And we show it here. And one more KPI here is the Net Promoter Score from your resident surveys. The idea for the CapEx impact dashboard is that if you're deploying CapEx, you should be seeing a positive impact. And if you're not, this visualization will make it clear. So in addition to this CapEx impact dashboard, there are other metrics where the impact should be noticeable. On this page, you're able to see the equity as well as debt service, NOI, CapEx, and then ultimately your levered, unlevered, and cash-on-cash returns. On this page, we show a graphical way to see the same data and see the contribution of different assets to your overall portfolio performance. I have gone deeper into these visualizations in my video on telling the performance story. The challenge for most operators is that they don't have the data for displaying the KPIs here. However, using the Asset Management Studio, it's possible to save the data and incorporate it into your monthly and quarterly reporting. So this concludes the demo. If you'd like to learn more about the Asset Management Studio or some of our dashboards for manufactured housing, please get in touch. And you can download the Manufactured Housing Performance Playbook on our website at rentviewer.com/MH Playbook. This is Saad from RentViewer, and thank you for your time.